Invisible influence. Spontaneous remission, placebo effects, unexplained, miraculous, all preface the effects of the invisible influence that heals. We're surrounded by many invisible influences. Radio waves, microwaves, gamma rays, electromagnetic frequencies, sonar waves, just to name some. It was the radioactive invisible influence that caused the death of many more at Hiroshima than the actual detonation of the nuclear bomb. Lethal poisoning, carbon monoxide, toxic nerve gases are all invisible to the naked eye, yet influence our bodily states into disease and death. So let's not limit ourselves by stating that I only believe in what I can see, as that belief does nothing to alter the reality. The negative influence remains, especially with ignorance to encourage it. Equally, sun's rays, moon rays, the negative ions from oceans, intelligence of water, and the obvious and apparent effects of emotions, such as peace, love, harmony. They emit frequencies that are all invisible, yet have a tremendous influence on our organism, called a human being. So too do the negative emotions of anger, hostility, fear, that are all almost palpable to most of us, without a word ever being said, and influences all within its radius. The human being's body is a conglomerate of electrically charged nucleuses of intelligence that surreptitiously is the corporation known more commonly as you. Your conscious active persona is on the board of directors and may mistakenly assume it's the head honcho. However, it's not consciously entirely responsible for the body's state of being, although it is entirely responsible and accountable to the board as a whole for its performance. Now is a good time to be the team leader. You may be leading from extremes with your body in a state of disrepair or disease, and your team may not be on your side anymore. Conditions may be chronic, appear futile. Evidence of all the past history may be regurgitated daily, yet it's still your job to align all of you to a common purpose. A common goal, the greater good. This is where you and your consciousness stop, where your rationale, left-brained, analytical, mechanistic model of the working world stops. And this is where your right brain, your sixth sense, your inner smarts come into play to investigate, discover, and determine what's going to work best for you. Align your intelligence, know yourself, what you have to work with. Discard the Newtonian nonsense. I'll believe it when I see it. Otherwise, you'll be waiting a long time, my friend. The world is opening up to previously undiscovered and unknown realities. Every day, more are perceived as minds are altered and expanded. Scientific theories are expanded upon. The implausible becomes plausible, and for a period, even fact. Quantum physics and mechanics are demonstrating more of the invisible influence through theories of entanglement, brains, and use of quanta to understand what is not comprehensible to us in 3 dimensions, and using old rationale and dogma. In a nutshell, to you and me, the world is changing rapidly. We are a network of information, a network of information exchange, both internally as our bodily being and externally, living in a world that some of us attempt to make sense of and put into frames of reference that others may understand too, and most importantly, benefit from the new knowledge. I'm not waiting to have proven as fact what I know. I know there is an invisible influence that heals. My intention and goal is to expand your own mind, to cause you to question previous assumptions and beliefs, irrespective how long they've been held, and that may be based on false premises. For some, this will prove too challenging. We want to stay with what we know, whether it works for us or not. And change can represent pain. Fear raises its head to maintain sameness. So many people wanting to fit in, be accepted, not stand out, or be identified as different. Don't rock the boat. Don't think for yourself. Do as you're told. When it comes to your own health and well-being, it's time to explore and uncover what does work. It's time to identify and align with these invisible influences that heal. Most of us do not know much about electricity, as to how it is harnessed and delivered from source to end user or product, but we do know how to flick the power switch to on and to change what product we want power directed to. Just as many of us may not understand the concept of radio waves and Wi-Fi, except that frequencies are transmitted and received, and the end result is apparent with connection or no connection. You are the ultimate receiver, and your state of health or lack is a great indicator as to what you are receiving, and your level of connection to what is working for you. That is extremely simplistic terms to convey an extremely complex means of delivery. However, it is not dumbed down to the current medical model where you are seen as a series of pipes or tubes only, and a disruption of delivery or operation simply means unblock or remove that compromised tubing with often violent and invasive means. This mechanistic model of operation belongs in the Newtonian era and discounts the entirety of a being. We have surpassed that, and non-invasive techniques will have far-reaching global impact as our ability to convey information is at its peak. And those who monitored, policed and limited sources of information are going to find it harder to limit the minds and hearts of intelligent beings who are living in a world where more is discovered every day. We are uncovering, discovering and revealing more of what is available for you to align yourself with. The invisible influences that heal so that you can be free. Free of pain, free of disease, free of loss and free of lack. Yes, call me utopian, challenge my perspective with your own limited perceived limits, as that is all that you are identifying. And the more vexed and annoying it presents to you, helps you let you know how entrenched your current beliefs are in regards to your physical states and those around you. Currently, today's tech, light energy, sound energy, neurotherapy, and energy sources that heal and do no harm, abiding by the original Hippocratic Oath, are available and used for ultimate well-being from any state. We once thought that the Milky Way was the only galaxy. Now we know we are one of billions. Let that sink in. There's always more to know, more to discover. We've not reached our limits of knowledge, maybe just the limits of some beliefs. We currently know approximately 5% of what there is to know medically, as well as we know more about our solar system than we do our own backyard. The unplumbable depths of the oceans that surround all of us, together with the unplumbable depths of our own mind, our own consciousness. Our old paradigms are not going to withstand with the future expansion in both science and technology, an understanding of cause and effect never being objective. History is going to be rewritten with what we learn in the future, together with astronomy and archaeology. So too, medical practices are going to advance to nanotechnology, for delivery directly of that poison or medicine in order to least compromise an otherwise operational system. Imagine now that the delivery does not require medicine, only an energy exchange, and you dial that up or down as only you know you the best. Well-being will finally be in the hands of the user and easily monitored by the user. This is reality, though not as you know it. This is the invisible influence that heals.